it has been brought to my attention that there are 1,000 of you. 1,000 subscribers. That is crazy. That is an insane milestone. Little tiny me would actually be losing it. Like literally around the room, losing it. But as a video for hitting that milestone, I thought I would review my favorite sketchbook that I've ever made. This sketchbook, we are going to be reviewing it seriously. Not a tour, none of that. We're actually gonna be reviewing the sketchbook. We'll go over the criteria, you know, bada bing, bada boom. We will grade said sketchbook. So without further ado, let's get into it. I am extremely awkward, like extremely awkward. I have a lot of dark things or things that may seem like I need to go into a mental hospital in this sketchbook. So if we could just please
pardon that
for this video, yeah? Thank you. This is the sketchbook we're gonna be reviewing today. It's insane that the size of this sketchbook is my head size. This is like hee little guy. As far as the type of sketchbook that this is a moleskin sketchbook. It has a nice little elastic band. I no longer carry sketchbooks without this band because I have had so many instances where it opens by itself and the pages fold everywhere. It has a little bookmark thing on the bottom that I never use. And then also it has in case of loss, please return to, and then you could put like your name, whatever, which that is nice, but I went to go get another one of these sketchbooks. Girl was too overpriced for what this is and how many alternatives that I found with the same features. If you wish to attain one of these little guys, one of these tiny little babies, it's kind of expensive, would not recommend. Now, I also told you guys that we were going to be fully reviewing the sketchbook because we don't do conventional things around here. Let's go over the criteria that we're gonna be using to review the sketchbook at the very end. So for the reviewing criteria, we'll do the fill percentage, which is how many pages are actually full of art and not just random. And then we're gonna do the quality on a B, C, D, E, F school rating kind of thing. And that will be how wonky things are, like form. And then innovation will be out of 10. And that's just how original, how creative all of the ideas in the sketchbook were. Materials will be our fourth criteria, A, B, C, D, E, F. How many different ones, the execution of the materials, did I use them well, that type of thing. And then studies will be the fifth criteria. Out of 10, completed, were they finished? Did I even do any studies? How many studies, etc. Authenticity will be a percentage rating, and that is just if it felt like me or if it felt like somebody else made this sketchbook. Okay, now we got this bitty open. For most of my sketchbooks, I actually have an overall goal of like who I am and stuff like that at the beginning. So like what I like, Rain, my friends, you know, it's kind of cringy, but it's the way that it is. So the only thing that I feel like in this sketchbook that I did really well, because I went through it a little bit, but not like the whole thing, I definitely tracked my thoughts and my progress a lot better in here than any other sketchbook I've ever done, ever. This is the second page, I guess. I actually really hated this, which I documented. But then I really liked this one. I was kind of using paint markers at the time, and so I like got a blob of it all over the page and then just smeared it everywhere around this one. This sketchbook was done in 2022, just so you know, like little demon things and stuff. Hey, this piece I actually made into a finished drawing, which I'll put right here. I didn't actually know what I used as a reference for this, but I was just trying to get better at poses and stuff like this. This, which is an assassin for one of the stories that I'm trying to write out. These are both two different stories, but they are stories that I'm trying to write nonetheless. This was inspired by one of my friend's original characters. This page, a bunch of references that I did, but I didn't finish them, I guess. This is supposed to be like the front of like a Japanese store that I didn't finish. A spiral staircase, because I was having a hard time understanding spiral anything at that point in time. And then an ATM that I was gonna put like a forest scene around, but I didn't end up doing that. A really random page. Weekly plans, but draw it and then ended up putting a sticker. I was experimenting with like a couple ideas. This one was a song-inspired drawing by Quinn. Kind of have a mild obsession, and I listen to their music way too much. Next page. More studies that I didn't finish. Oh my god, I can't even tell what orientation is supposed to go in. So this is a pod. This actually, I thought I did so bad at this. But original version of like what it's supposed to look like, and then my version. I don't color a lot of things, and that's kind of why one of the main goals in this sketchbook was to try to use gouache and like mediums more. This was like a little storefront. I was so proud of this. Like so proud of this. Use the motivation that I made to do that and make another scene, which I just get really bored really quickly. So that didn't work out well. This is a song that I wrote, I guess. I do that a lot, but I just like, this was like a huge painting idea that I did, and it was called like the lump in my throat. The main idea of this piece was to try to convey what it feels like when you cannot say things that you need to say. Documenting like what would the face look like, what was the body language like, composition. That's how me trying to process an entire finished piece looks. The process is fun to look at nonetheless. This page, I love this page. This is a gorgeous page. An eyeball, same eye syndrome. Like I just thought that I drew eyes the same all the time, which is very untrue. Trying to document like my process, what I thought kind of ruined it, and then trying to like revise the process. Just being very conscious of the process. This was really, really random, but it came out so well because I was just trying to mess with an ink pen that I had that I didn't like. Then we have this page. This page actually has two characters from two different stories. Once again, I guess I just love doing that. So this is Kaya. Kaya is from Fallen Ethereals, just like the other like assassin person that you saw. I just didn't like how I stylized this so weird. I don't draw like this. I drew like this, but I don't draw like this. I like the composition overall. This is Thomas from a very heart-wrenching story that I'm hoping to release. I already have everything like written down. I just need it scripted and fully drawn. Like the first 3 episodes of the webtoon are actually like drawn out and everything. Kind of not accurate to how he looks. It kind of looks funky. But this is young Thomas, and then his chest and how I was trying to compose the room and like how it would make sense and everything like that. We have this page is where I kind of realized that I'm really good at technical and I guess shape language is the thing that I am the best at. Is like really complex shapes and making them look organic. This was going to be like an entire piece and I never ended up doing it, but she has like a snake kind of wrapped around her. This was me trying to practice fundamentals, and as you can see it turned into not that Pinterest reference with my own little twist, because I do that. Oh, Pascal is from Nier Automata, in case you didn't know, which is, it's one of my favorite games. This is really random, so I'm just gonna skip this page. And then for this page, I think I was just practicing rotating faces because I noticed that like I don't have a very good grasp of what a face would look like in a full turnaround. And then I was heavily inspired by Eve. I don't know if you guys know about Eve, but it has like music videos that are insanely gorgeous. Yeah, this is actually like one of my favorite little layouts. I did a background and incorporated a character into a scene, which doesn't happen a lot. And then I made this little creature that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna put that in the next page. The forest behind the child is burning, in case you didn't know. You just thought those were stylized trees, which would be a valid point. This is my little guy. I love this child. This is like a cryptid that I made, and in case you don't know what a cryptid is, it's like creatures of the night, essentially. Kind of like creepypastas, but in like a folklore kind of way. Just like little notes about the character are kind of like all around the page, because I always have a habit of forgetting about the main points of the character. Different outfits that I kind of wanted to experiment with, because this thing has existed throughout the ages, so I wanted to try different ways to represent. Okay, on to the next page. And then this is Tatum, which is the child who was on the swing set in the previous, like, page on the swing set. Yeah, and then I made a little panel, trigger warning, for like what I was trying to represent. Really like this random drawing that I did over here. And then I kind of wanted to line art or like watercolor this page. I've actually posted this one. Okay, and then we have this page. This page is great. I was trying to come up with another
heart-wrenching project.
Love it. Doing like little studies and like trying to actually do objects more, because I mostly only like drawing people and just any humanoid figure. I really like this page too. I have a thing for drawing with ballpoint pen. You don't need to take out a whole separate drawing utensil. Anywho's, this is a psych ward patient. The main concept for this page was like somebody walking down the stairs and then like all of these picture frames were like lined up, but I couldn't figure out what exactly they have in common. This page, just like prompts, some perspective practice. This was actually done based off of an ad on Pinterest. Proof that you can use anything as a reference for art. I really like the composition of this page though, because like you immediately have like eye direction where like you look at this one first, this one's in front of this one, and then this one's like less detailed, is in the background. This was just like some eye look ideas. Abstract ballpoint pen type stuff. Yeah. My theme was kind of like plague doctor / Victorian era. On to the next page. Some tattoo ideas. This like skull, vine, smoke thing. This is definitely one of my favorite pages because I like the color. It just flows together somehow, even though they're such random ideas that don't really belong together. I was trying to come up with a tattoo idea for my friend, and he wanted something bee related, and so I was like, I don't even know how to draw a bee, so let me look up some references. I did this one, and then I was like, let me try to do my own thing. I hated that. But I like how this just kind of like links over here, and it's like connected. And this page is like kind of gross, mentally ill page. This is like me explaining this part. So the figure on the inside here is being ripped apart while the black figure's on the edge, like they're just like watching. More bee stuff because I was just kind of having a good time, and I was like, I'm on a bee mission, and made this guy, which is actually a whole entire piece that I was gonna make a, I don't know, 10-piece saga for a gallery, but then I kind of only got to 3 pieces. Process notes for this guy. Ink dropper made the blob, so it started here in the middle. I dragged out said blob with the dip pen to make the wings. Use dropper and double technique to make happen. Oh, with the dropper, I would like inflate the ink so that it would like turn into like this bubble, and then I'd pop it. And the title of like this one over here is Pond. This is kind of traumatic, so we're not gonna get into that one. I was like obsessed with this like one Pinterest person that I kept seeing everywhere, so I just like drew them in multiple different ways. It kind of slaps. Okay, and then I was going to essentially write a story and then try to fill in the gaps, visually depict what I was saying after the fact that I already wrote everything down. It was kind of just a brainstorming idea for my sketchbook. Okay, I don't really like this page that much. Trying to experiment with a song and then trying to draw things based off of that. Empty page. This is what I mean by I need to start writing down my concept ideas. Environments practice, because I was trying to figure out what the stuff in my stories was gonna look like. So this is like the manor that Thomas lives in. I may need a redesign. The forest, and then like the little log cabin, I guess, or like tree house. These don't have like very much sustenance, and it's just my ability to see things in my head and then put them down is kind of like a little detached. It used to be completely detached, but now I actually have a better grasp on it. Like this looks exactly like how I see it in my head. This is just gorgeous. I don't even know. I just love shape. And then let's see, what was I doing here? Oh, more very deep concept art. And then on this page, it's just me practicing anatomy because I freaking love anatomy. Oh, for a second I was confused about this, and then I looked at it a little closer and I was like, oh, just because it has good eye direction, and it's also like, it's kind of like a mood board. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna skip that. Really random little guy. Oh my little guy. yes, I love this page because it's so full. And then we have this. I actually hated this so much. I still hate this very much. This is from Tokyo Ghoul. This is also from Tokyo Ghoul. This was my own inspired thing. A fat cat. Me using paint markers. I love like squishy boxes. You just make a box and then you squish whatever you want in there and have it like spilling out. This is a whole finished piece. I did it like 3 separate times. It was like all over my Instagram. So, if you want, go look at it. We have a Pinterest meme. It says he wanted to order. I didn't do a very good job at depicting those, to be honest. I don't think. Cats! More kitty cats. I heard that they get like a lot of likes on Instagram, like if you just draw cats. Drawing people as monsters was kind of like a prompt that I thought about because of No Longer Human, the Junji Ito adaptation. The main character is kind of a mess. A lot to unpack there. I would recommend it only if you're mentally able. I have a feeling that this is from one of my favorite songs by Haylog, but I'm not totally sure. And then there's this. I don't even like this that much. This feels like not my style. Ah, yeah! Lore. This is for an entirely different story. An entirely different one. And I was gonna do it for Sound Trend, and this is like her quote unquote master. I don't wanna spoil it, so I'm not gonna say, this is Ma, and then this is Commanding Master, and then I kind of like was like, let me do some more work on him. Here's some good soup. Here you go. Yeah, go ahead and look at it. Yeah. Woo. Okay, on to the next page. This is his origin story. Blah blah blah. Storyboarding for an animatic that I wanted to do, which I will put here. On to the next page. Here's the more of it. And then this was actually like a process thing that I think I was going to do a YouTube video about. Reference, but no circle for the head. With circle and reference. This is like with circle, I think without reference. The repetition story. We'll do a video about that so you guys can actually see it like in real time. Anywho's, this is a new character. His name's Tatar. And then different styles to do teeps. Oh yes, yay! Oh my gosh, be experimenting with different layouts. So this is Quartz. I like this page, but I don't. Little sun hat, a little flower, being so cute. Cutting her bangs for the first time. Oh, this was supposed to be like her nails and stuff. So it's got like some shinies. These were supposed to be, wait, Zora and Typhree's eyeballs, but I'm not totally sure. More trauma dumping, I think. Yes, and then I went to the art museum and I saw this like piece, and I have like a bunch of pictures from like when I went. And this was like the exhibit. And then me trying to do more of My Hero Academia characters in onesie pajama thing. Chainsaw Man reference. Being obsessed with those like demon beanie hat things. I love this. This is great. This was like a whole Pinterest reference picture. And then this was a redraw from another sketchbook, I think. Or this is the original. And then I drew it again in another sketchbook. I'm actually not totally sure. I love this page. I'm obsessed with ice skating and like ballet, and so I've always kind of incorporated it really prominently in my art. The whole disintegrating thing and like Black Swan-ish. Ugh, so good, man. This was completely free-handed, so I did it with like an ink pen. This one was not free-handed. I did this with a sketch with pencil first. We're almost done, guys. Another storyboard for an animatic that I don't remember if I finished or not. Dororo and Hyakimaru. Yeah, volume 1. This was my favorite panel. So good. Anyway, this was another Instagram sound thing that I was like trying to do. These are 2 really random characters that I just made because I just think that they belong together. Look at them. They're so heartbroken and sad. I hate how I did that face. I just don't like it at all. I don't like how I did either of those. I just was probably not having a good drawing day. That's okay. Ah, my little monster guy. Look at that. And then I was gonna make this a series. I was thinking about it. Because like this little guy and his monster, I don't know. I was gonna do something, I guess. This is also really random. Okay, I was gonna start a drawing of Typhre, but I never did. And then we got somebody with their hand over their head on a couch. An elf that was half drawn. And what happened? I guess I was giving up on everything. Oh gosh. Oh goodness gracious. Very edgy concepts here. Does it feel like to seep into stress and anger? I guess I was thinking of more. Yeah, this is the end. And then I have like a bunch of stickers in here that need to get used, so I think I'm gonna take them out. It is a completely different day. Hello. As far as rating this sketchbook and actually reviewing it, so I actually went through and I counted all the empty pages. There was only 4 empty pages, and by empty I mean like there was no writing. There was just a header and then no art or anything. And then I also counted how many pages just had words on them. Those ones, there was 10. So in total we had 14 pages that were almost completely unused. As far as the fill level for this sketchbook, I put 85%, especially because some of them, or some of these sketches and everything like that, weren't totally finished. I liked them and I liked the concept where they were going, but some of them didn't even get the concept going. And then as far as the quality, I gave it a B. Once again, it was because most of the sketches and stuff like that weren't completely finished. Innovation, I gave a 9 out of 10. Reason being, I actually thought a lot of the ideas in this sketchbook were really far out, and like actually I would pursue them in the future. Materials, I gave a D. That's just because I strictly used pencil, ink, almost the entire time. For studies, I did a 5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would have been, I did a study, completely fleshed it out, explained it, put what I learned from it, the process, everything. Authenticity gave in 100% because everything in there did not feel gimmicky. Nothing felt like I didn't perform it the way I would have. A lot of the authenticity that you get from your own art is straight up loving everything that is in your sketchbook, whether other people understand it or not. It is extremely important that it is authentic to you, whether it's song lyrics, whether it's literally a thumbnail that people are like, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but it helped you conceptualize something that you were thinking about for a really long time. So authenticity isn't really about quality or anything like that. It's about what it means to be you in a sketchbook. Yeah, that concludes the review of the sketchbook. Now, let's get into some other stuff. Okay, so, rolling. I have announcements to make. So, I'm looking forward to actually having an audience to preach my things to. I will actually be coming out with a tutorial series soon, so please by all means put your questions in the comments. Like, put anything you need to learn how to draw in the comments. This has been something I've been asked for a long time, especially when I tell people I have an art channel and they go, oh well, like you teach people how to draw, right? And I'm like, yes, but in a different way than you would conventionally assume. Also, for the second announcement, I will no longer be posting on Instagram. I'll leave all my stuff that I have on there currently because that's my art journey and I want you guys to see that and see that I've been here and I've been pursuing things for a long time. I'll post announcements and other little things that don't have to do with my art because Meta likes to steal things. Slay. Instead, I'll be posting my art on Kara, whatever. And it's not encouraged to post reels or shorts or all of that I hate making. I'll be there if you want to see new stuff that I make. I have commissions. I'm putting myself out there because I keep forgetting to tell people that I make art for monies or also game currency. I can make VTube bottles and all other kinds of things. Little stickers, little emotes, whatever you need. I'm also planning on streaming because I do have a violent obsession with Zoneless Zero. So that's all for announcements, I believe. And now it's time for me to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because there is 1,000 of you, 1,000 plus. And this channel is going to continue growing, and I honestly am so scared because I have no idea what the future holds or what kind of ideas that I'm going to have in the future. But I just want to know that I thank you all for supporting me anyway. If you've been here from the beginning, if you just got here, whatever. You guys are amazing. And I am now one step closer to being taken seriously as an artist. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video.